right, can somebody help me out and let me know, is this written backwards on you guys' end? Because it looks backwards on my end. Awesome, thank you. I had no idea. All right, looks like it's just you and I anyway. So, my question is, what are your questions? Do you have any in particular from either AA.1 or AA.2 that were giving you problems? And if so, if one of those in particular were giving you problems, I'll go ahead and open up IXL and I'll do a couple of problems with you. Okay. Now, do you have a particular problem that has been giving you issues, or just overall? Okay, overall. So let's go ahead and take a look at this first problem. I'm starting at the very beginning. So, no, Google, not right now. We have 3k cubed plus 6k squared. Now, what I recommended on page, which I'm so sorry, I know some of you guys left your folders in class. They are still to get back after April the 24th. I'll be cleaning it. So don't worry, your stuff is still safe in the classroom. Now, if you look at page 32 in your notebook, what we had done is we had expanded this. So let's go ahead and take a look. That's 3k cubed, of course, means k times k times k. K, K, K. Oh God, that's awful. Plus, now what you'll notice is that 3 is a prime number, 6 is a composite. So we could break down the 6, of course, into 3 times 2. And then k squared is just k and k. Now, in AA.1, we were trying to find the GCF. So that means everything that they had in common. So I'm going to take my orange marker here, and I'm going to highlight whatever they had in common, these two monomials. So this is a binomial. Now, in here, I notice that they both have a 3, and they both have 2 k's. So that means that my GCF is 3k. Now, to write it in factored form, that means that it should have a set of parentheses. Whatever is not highlighted goes inside the parentheses, including that plus sign. So that means I have k plus 2. This is my final answer. Now, if I wanted to triple check I could simply go back, because remember, factoring is the opposite of distribution. Don't mind the claws on the floor. That's my puppers. Oh, hi, Jesse. OMG that you missed me, or OMG I'm still doing math. So let's go ahead and distribute to double check. So if I distribute, that would be 3k squared plus 6k, which, oh, my bad. I forgot my fact that that's 2k's. Nobody told me, sorry. So good thing I double checked my answer. That's not my answer at all. So now 3k squared times k is 3k cubed. And then this would be 6k squared. There we go. So now I know for a fact that my answer is correct. So let's take a look here and type it on in. So I'm going to type in, okay, come on. Oh, there we go. 3k squared times, oh, let me make sure I get back on there. There we go. Times k plus 2. There's my plus sign. And then close it on up and submit. Now, that one was obviously a bit easy. So, of course, I have no eraser in my new quote-unquote classroom. So this is why teachers should not be back in the classroom, because we never wash our hands. Don't worry, I'm practicing social distancing from everyone. So let's try this one out. Here we have 6g cubed and then minus 9g. Now, if you wanted, we could expand this out again. Now, noticing here, this 6 is again composite. So I want to break down the 6 into prime numbers, which would be probably 3 times 2. And g cubed, that's g, minus, now this is a composite number again, which is 3 times 3, and then a g. Okay. So let's take a 3, and a 3, and 1g, and 1g. This time I'm going to write it correctly, my bad. That would be 3g is my GCF, which is what was asked for in AA.1. But again, right now, in case you guys just popped in, we're doing problems from AA.2. So it wants it in factored form. So GCF goes on the outside of your parentheses. Whatever's remaining uncircled is going to go inside the parentheses. So here I have 2 and then 2 g's, which is g squared minus 3. Now, do I need to double check my answer? No, but you know what? Last time I saw I made a mistake because, you know, I'm human. Let's go ahead and double check it just in case. So that's going to be 3 times 2 is 6, and g times g squared is g cubed. Now, remember our exponential law that says a to the m power times a to the n power, you add the exponents. So that's how I got 1 plus 2 is 3. Okay, now just triple checking here. And now 3 times 3, so that's negative 9, and then g, which was my original answer, or sorry, my original problem. So I have confirmed my answer should be correct. So typing it in, I have 3g times 2g squared. Now, be careful. I was about to make that mistake here. Notice that, there we go. I'm currently in the exponent, so I'm just going to click outside of it, and you notice that the cursor kind of, I don't think you guys can see that at all. Let me lower down the brightness there. There we go. The cursor became a lot bigger. So make sure that you are out of the exponents to type -3. I think that's where a lot of you guys get a little frustrated, that you guys are just powering through it and might make silly mistakes. Submit it, and excellent job. Now, notice I'm already at a 19, so these are some easier problems. Now, do you have a particular problem that you are stuck on? You don't have to type it in. Just give me a little hand wave or something in the live chat, and I can literally go into IXL and check what you're doing wrong. So if so, type something into the group chat, and if not, I'm going to move on to the next problem, okay? I'm not seeing anything just yet, so I'll go ahead and continue. Let's see. 2f cubed plus 10f squared. All right. Now, if you're starting to get the hang of what you're doing and you don't need to expand out, then boo do you. You don't have to expand. But it seems to be probably easiest to realize what you have in common. So I'm going to keep on doing that. 2 is a prime, and then that's 3f's, plus 10 is a composite, so I'm going to break that up into 2 times 5, and then I have 2f's here. Okay, now in this case, I have 2f's on both of them, and I also have the number 2 in common. So that means that my GCF is 2f squared. Okay. Now remember, on AA.2, we're doing factored forms. So what I have remaining is f plus 5. Okay, I'm going to double check my work real quick. I'm going to put a box around it because, well, that's it. Oh, and if you guys are wondering, this is literally a piece of poster board that I think I got at Dollar General, and it's dry erase. On one side it's paper, the other side it's dry erase. So if you're looking for a way to show all your work without having to waste paper, you can always grab one of these from the dollar store. I think even Dollar Tree has a couple of these boards. I know I got like a whole pack for the classroom. So just saying, that's available. Double checking the work, that would be 2f cubed f. Okay, good. You guys can see what I'm typing. 2f squared. And remember, I'm going to make sure my cursor becomes bigger. And then I'm going to go ahead and write the parentheses, f plus 5. And submit. Okay. We're still in our easy part because I'm barely at a 28. Some questions that you guys have stated was, how do I know I'm done? Now, if you haven't watched the videos already, I said you get to earn whatever score you want. So if you want a 28, which I doubt anyone does, then you could stop. But we've only been in this for a couple minutes, so let's keep moving forward. Again, if there's a particular problem that you guys are stuck on, for those of you who just joined in, please just type something into the chat and I'll check to see where you got stuck at, and I will do that particular problem with you. But continuing, I have 8v cubed. A lot of these are cubed, so a lot of these are very similar. And then 6v. So again, let's go ahead. There we go. And break down that composite number into something actually like, I know that that's the same as 2 times 2 times 2, right? and then V, minus, I'm going to break that down into 2 times 3, and then just 1V. And let's go ahead and circle what we have in common. They both have 1, 2 in common and 1V in common. So that means my GCF is 2V. Okay. Factored form, whatever I don't have or don't have circled is going to go in here. Now 2 times 2 is 4. V times V is V squared minus 3. Double checking my answer. That would be 8V cubed and minus 6V, which was my original problem. So let's type in our answer here. My factored form is 2V times 4V squared, exiting out of the exponent minus 3. Okay, hopefully we'll start getting a little bit harder problems because these are all easy. I still don't see any particular questions on the chat, so I'll just keep on going until you guys either drop off or say, I'm good, I can do this now on my own. I'll keep going. Now those are S's, not 5s. So now 3 is a prime number, so I'm just going to bring down my 3 and break down my 2 S's to be S times S. Now 9 can be broken down into 3 times 3, and there's just 1 S here. So obviously my GCF will be 3S. Okay, that leaves me with S plus 3. Now, I'll keep on double checking my answer because you know what? I hate whenever I get something wrong and it spits me back. So that would be plus 9S. Have you guys gotten into that situation yet that you accidentally mistyped something and then you get all PO'd that your score is a lot lower? They give you more points whenever you earn it and less points, or they take off more points whenever you get something wrong. Okay, 3S, S plus 3, submit. Great job. Okay. Three T cubed plus 6T. Now notice I'm really trying to make my T's not look like my plus sign. Okay, so 3 is prime. T cubed is T times T times T plus, that would be 2 times 3, and just 1T. So in this case, they both have 3 in common, and they both have 1T in common. So 3T is my GCF. And what do I have remaining to go inside the parentheses? Well, I have 2 T's, so that would be T squared plus 2. So distribute, that would be 3T cubed, and then plus 6T, which is exactly what I had. Let's type in our answer. There we go, submit. We're just double checking to see if you guys have any particular questions. A squared minus 4A Well, I guess this is good news. I'm seeing that some people are dropping off. I guess you guys are realizing, oh, this isn't too bad. So 2 times 5, then A minus 2 times 2, and A. So in this case, we have a 2 in common and an A in common. So that means my GCF is 2A. And whatever I have left is 5A minus 2. Okay, double checking my answer. 10A squared minus 4A. Perfect. That's exactly what I had at the beginning. Well, there we go. So 2A times 5A. Where's my minus sign? Is that, no, that's a period. Sorry, there's the minus. Minus 2. Sorry, oh my gosh. I need a little bit brighter for me to see. Submit. Okay, goodness, we're barely at a 50. So now it gave us something weird, and I think this one might be the one that is giving you guys issues. I have 3b squared minus 13. Now, if I were to take this, that's a prime number, so that's still going to be 3bb minus, hopefully you guys have your folders back home. Like I said, I know some of you guys left it in the classroom, but I'm going to flip over to page, let's see, where did we do? Here we go, page 7. Because if I go to page 7, I notice that 13 is yellow. That means it's a prime number. I cannot break down 13 anymore. So what you'll notice is that it says on here, if the GCF is 1, just retype the polynomial. Because they have nothing in common, I'm simply going to retype 3b squared minus 13. Okay, so again, my answer here, I apparently need to plug in my phone, will just be because it has nothing in common. Let's move on to the next problem. This one is 20m squared minus 6m. So let's go ahead and break down 20 because that is a composite number. That could probably be 2 and 10, which 10 could also be broken up into 2 and 5. So I'm going to say 2 times 5. Okay, then m minus 2 times 3m. So let's go ahead and circle what we have in common, which they both have an m, and they both have a 2. So that means 2m is my GCF, and what I have remaining here would be 10m minus 3. So let's double check my answer. That's 20m squared minus 6m. Perfect. Okay. 2m times 10m minus, minus 3. Oops, I left off my m. There we go. So 2m minus 10m, or times 10m minus 3, okay. All right, let's keep going then. Didn't see anything different. 6q cubed minus 3q squared. All right, again, we have a composite number, so 2 times 3, that should be 1, 2, 3 q's, minus, I have a prime number here, and 2 q's. Okay, so obviously they both have 2 q's in common and a 3. Now, I think this is where some of you guys are getting a little confused, because here, that means 3q squared is my GCF. Now, in this case, I have 2q left, but I have nothing remaining over here. Technically, if I put times 1, I haven't changed anything. So it would be minus 1. Now, the reason that 1 is necessary is because as I distribute to get my final answer again, that should be 6q cubed minus 3q squared. Without that minus 1, you aren't going to get the same problem that you had at the beginning. That minus 1 is absolutely necessary, and I think that's been giving a lot of you guys some issues. So 3q squared times 2q, then minus 1. Okay. So this one's a little different. I have 12k plus 15. So whenever I break this down, that should be 3 and 4, which I could break down at 4 a little bit more, right? So that would be 3 times 2 times 2, and then k, plus 3 times 5. And I guess I really didn't have to break it down that much, because the only thing they have in common, their GCF is 3. So whenever I factor 3 out, I'm left with 4k plus 5. Double checking my answer. Okay. All right, so now I'm in the 70s, and that's probably why it looks like they're bumping it up just a little. And I have 24 f to the 4th plus 28 f squared. All right, now 24 I'm definitely going to have to break down. We could probably do 2 times 12, 2 times 6, 2 times 3. So that would mean 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. So that's 4 times 6 is 24. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 f's plus, that should be 2 times 14, 2 times 7, 2 times 2 times 7 times f, right? Okay, so that means I have 2 f's in common. And I also have 2 2's in common. So that means 4f squared is my GCF. And what do I have? Ooh, that's an ugly looking parenthesis, sorry. Remaining would be 6f squared plus 7. Okay, double checking my answer. That is 24f to the 4th plus 28f squared, which was my original answer, or my original question. So that means it should be correct. 4f squared times 6f squared plus 7. Okay. (28a squared plus 42). All right, 28 we had already done into 4 times 7. And 42 I know is 7 times 6. Oh, that means, yeah, let's break that down. 2 and 2 and 2 and 3. Okay, so that means that's 2 times 2 times 7, and then AA plus 7 times 2 times 3. So I have a 7 in common as well as a 2 in common, meaning my GCF is just 14. What do I have remaining? 2a squared plus 3. Multiply, so that would give me 28a squared plus 14 times 3, well, according to that, is 42. Or you can use your page 4 multiplication table. So that would be my answer. 14 times 2a squared plus 3. Okay. So I think what's happening is as we get further on into this, it's giving us kind of little bigger multiples that we might want to refer to page 4, which by chance mine just slips out because I never put it in the correct way. And I went ahead and put some tape over mine so I could like draw on it with Expo marker and erase as well. So I guess this is a good time to maybe get your notebook in order and maybe make it a little bit better, which all of these videos are still online. We have 14 q to the 5th plus 28 q cubed. Okay, so 14, I can break it down into 2 times 7. So 2 times 7, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 4 times 7, which is 2 times 2. So plus 2 times 2 times 7, and then 1, 2, 3 cubes. Or q's, sorry. All right, well, in that case, I do have 3 q's on both sides. I also have 2 times 7 on both. So that means that would be 14 and then q cubed. Okay, and then parentheses, q squared plus 2. And we can double check our answer. That's 14 q to the 5th, and then plus 28 q cubed. I think this is where they're really challenging us because we need to make sure that it's typed the correct way in here. So this is why it's really good to either have a whiteboard or a piece of paper, scratch paper, just to write it down, because I think this is where people start getting the biggest mistakes is they just type it incorrectly. So just double check that it looks the same and you shouldn't have as much of an issue. But there we go. I think the question is, it's all due today. Yes, AA.1 and AA.2 are both due today at 10 p.m. So at 10 o'clock tonight, I'm going to be putting that in. So what you may want to do is log in, and whenever you go onto Google Classroom, I have two things for you. I have your first IXL that I posted on the 20th, and let's see, there we go. It says due today, 10 p.m. And it's just the AA.1 and the AA.2 that's due today. Ooh, and right now I'm at an 81. So it looks like they're really upping the ante, because all this time I've just had binomials. This time I have a trinomial. Maybe that's where some of you guys are starting to get confused or upset. So I have 24 t to the 9th power minus 18 t to the 8th power, oh man, minus 6 t to the 7th. Now, expanding this is going to be ugly because, well, I have a lot of variables. Do you need to expand? Hell no. But I'm going to show you both. You're welcome. Just so that you can see that one is easy. You'll always get the right answer. The other one just takes a little bit of brain knowledge and using this exponential law. There we go. So 24, I can break down into 4 and 6, 2, 2, 2, and 3. 18 would be 2 times 9, 3 times 3. And then 6 would be 2 times 3. Okay, now I'm going to expand it all, but it is good to know what my prime factorization is. So 2 times 2 times 3 times 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh God, this is awful. Minus 2 times 3 times 3. Sorry. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then minus 2 times 3 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Barely made it fit. Okay. Now, what is their GCF? So I noticed that I'm going to go to my smallest number because my smallest number is going to tell me what my GCF is. They all have 2 times 3 in common, which is 6. And then I want to look for my lowest exponent, which is t to the 7th. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then 6, 7. All right. So that means 6 t to the 7th power is my GCF. Now, what do I have remaining? I'm going to look at my first term. That would be 6t squared minus 3t minus, now I circled everything here, so if I circle everything, I just bring over a 1. Now, did I really want to expand all that? No, absolutely not. So what I could have done from the very beginning is you don't have to necessarily break it down into prime factors. But I take a look at all three numbers and I notice that they are all divisible by 6. Okay, so that's 1 times 6, which is where I got my 1 from. This is 6 times 3. And that one is 6 times 4. Oh, that means that I have something wrong here. Oh, uh-oh. Good thing I noticed that. There we go. Yeah, 6 times 4. Okay. Nobody stopped me. Sorry. Now, once I notice that they all have 6 in common, I write 6 on the outside. Now, once I take a look at what variables they have in common, which is all t, I look at the exponents, which is the lowest exponent, and that's 7. So 7 plus 1 is 8. 7 plus 2 is 9. So that's how I'm getting my exponents. That's the 2, that's the 1, and that's none. So double checking my answer, because I just made a mistake here. That's 24 t to the 7, 8, 9. Then that here is minus 18 t 7, 8 power. And then minus 6t to the 7th power. All correct. So 6t to the 7th power times 4t squared minus 3t minus 1. Okay, so it looks like I have one person left here, and it is already noon. So my question is, do you want me to keep going, or do you feel that you're good from this point? If you wouldn't mind, I'm not too sure who's still left with me. I just see one more person. Would you mind typing something into the chat and let me know if you feel good here, or if you would like me to do 1 or 2 more? Okay, I'm not seeing anything, so thank you guys for joining on in, and I'll be doing this again at 3 o'clock, and you guys will tell me what you would like to see done. All right, see y'all later.